but it was fairly recently in October 2020. Chris played in the World Championship back in December and January, but in the reverse order. He started tonight with Michael Smith, then Dimitri van den Berg, and he's going to finish up with Chris Dobey, who he whitewashed in the quarter-finals at Ali Pali by 5-0. Dobey has only got one win on his card against Michael van Gerwen, but it was fairly recently in October 2022 when he defeated MVG at the European Championship by 6-5. And as you pointed out, John, that's exactly the format he's playing tonight.
Yeah, that's the relevant kind of thing for him to think about. I know I can beat MVG in this format. I just did it the last time we played in this format, and the 2 times before that I was very close in losing 6-5 in this format against him. So yeah, I don't think that Chris Dobey is short of any belief at all that he can win this match.
Now he showed plenty of belief tonight, and he showed plenty of ability. Hit 6 maximums in the semi-final against Nathan Aspinall. He's kicked off with one here against MVG. He enjoyed a win over Aspinall in the semi and a victory over Johnny Clayton in the quarter-final. Van Gerwen having knocked out Smith and van den Berg with some exquisite finishing. He's hit 12 darts at double tonight. He's only thrown 24 attempts, which is 50%. If he carries that on in this match, he's going to be very difficult to beat.
And he's making it very difficult for Michael to get any headway against throw here. He does, though. He gets the 90 left and really puts the pressure on the 1-2-8 potentially of Dobey.
Yes, and it's not on now, so this leg very much in the melting pot. In fact, arguably he'd make Van Gerwen favourite here. Now, which way would he go here? He's shown a proclivity to go all sorts of ways on 90. Should go for 21st, but he's not interested in that.
Well, he hit 18, so he decided that why not hit double-double, and it wasn't entirely focused looking, was it, Rod? And he got that result. And this is getting messy, too. He needs treble 15. He opted for treble 19. Would have left the double the same way.
Double 18, and it's the first leg against the throw for Michael van Gerwen. An ominous start for Chris Dobey, who, as John said, really made something of a mess of the back end of that opening leg. He was in charge of it for the most part, but then when it got to the business end, John, it rather fell apart, didn't it?
Well, they got to 1-2-8 left after 9 darts, and with 6 darts, didn't really... Well, he didn't get a shot for double.
So now he's going to have to come from behind here, Chris Dobey, if he wants to start his Premier League career with a victory on night 1 in Belfast. Last year's night 1 was won by Peter Wright, who never even made the playoffs. So getting off a winning start doesn't guarantee anything. We know that, with another 15 weeks of this format still to play out before we get to the finals night at the O2 Arena in London in May. It's a long campaign.
It is, and to be fair, you know, last year with Peter winning the first night, we probably would have assumed that would be quite helpful in that regard, but you know, it's a relatively new format, second year now, and of course winning start is always going to be better than not a winning start, but as you say, there's no guarantees whatsoever. You have to maintain consistency throughout such a long event.
The winner of this contest will pick up 5 Premier League points. The loser will take 3 away from Belfast, and the losing semi-finalist Van den Berg and Aspinall will get 2, and the 4 players that lost in the quarter-final in the first match of the night will pick up precisely nothing.
Dueling fish.
Bullseye for Dobey. Oh my! Magical finishing from Hollywood Chris Dobey. That leg certainly had a Hollywood ending.
How is it that MVG gets embroiled in all these situations where there's perfect games on offer or 170 finishes head-to-head, and he doesn't come out the better for it?
Well, this time he didn't even have a chance to miss it, did he? Unlike the 9-dart leg in the World Final against Michael Smith, when he blamed himself there because he said, I had first chance to hit that double 12 and I missed it. It's my fault. I gave him a chance.
Well, so you say it was bad form by Dobey to not give him the opportunity and missed it at 25, I guess. course, Dobey not going to miss anything if he can help it.
The hockey is not a place to show courtesy, John, in that regard, is it?
Sportsmanship doesn't involve missing on purpose.
No, it does not. And now Dobey back on level terms in this final. Having dropped the first leg on his throw, he's rectified matters, and how?
Great cover darts and puts the heat on. Now his opportunity to get the fish.
Instead, it's a sublime setup shot, but it may not matter because Dobey here should get 2 at the double. 2 at tops to take the lead in the final against MBG. 10 now. With Van Gerwen waiting, and he can wait on because Chris Dobey now is in front against the green machine.
He hasn't missed a dart at double with last dart in hand. He's missed one, but that was the prior one to that just then. And it doesn't matter if you miss a double if you get it in that visit.
Well, after dropping the first leg on his own dart, John, this has been a fabulous fight back, hasn't it?
Sort of, he doesn't mind. I talked about that actually at the break there, that he made a bit of a mess of one leg in the semifinal against Nathan, where he left the 3 and he didn't finish it, but he didn't let that bother him. He just got on with business, and that's the kind of player he's become. He believes in his winning ways, and he believes he doesn't have to be perfect. He just has to play well. I think any of your real champions will know that is the truth.
Yeah, this has been cool stuff from the Geordie. The 12 segment here to leave either bull or a double. He wants the bull.
Fantastic display from Dobey. Can he keep it going? That's the question. When will it stop? Double 16. Double 8. Again, last dart in hand. Successful double.
And the finishing has been exquisite from Dobey in this match. Classy, classy Chris on the outer ring. 3 from 5 on double. He leads Van Gerwen 3 legs to 1. And whisper it quietly, is halfway to the winning post in this short course final.
Well, there's something he needs to forget about right away, and hopefully he will. MBG will be disappointed he didn't get much traction punishing that. Not when you're down 2 legs. Well, that brings us level in 180s at 2 apiece.
Dobey, world rank number 21. A man that really wasn't even in the conversation about the Premier League this time last week. Won the Masters last Sunday night to catapult himself into the elite 8-man field, and is taking full advantage of the invitation. He'll do well to win this leg, mind you. Van Gerwen doesn't have to go out here. He's got plenty of time. And utilising it wisely to tee up a return on tops when he comes back.
Yeah, hard to imagine he'll squander this opportunity. And you know, he even has time to play here if something goes wrong.
Well, it hinted at going wrong, but it didn't in the end, did it? And Van Gerwen now is back within 1 leg. Dobey leads Van Gerwen 3-2. But Van Gerwen has the darts. So it's back on throw, and if he holds throw here, it'll be level 3 apiece.
Now it's back on throw, but the caveat is that he still needs to break Dobey once to win this. Once more. We've only had one leg go with the throw,
which is an oddity at this level. The stats gurus will tell you that about 62% of legs are won by the man throwing first in the Premier League. Not in this match. Dobey here looking to win another leg against the throw here, which would be his third break of the Van Gerwen throw.
When he scrambled to get that treble 18 and just get his nose in front again. But it's becoming ominous, the attack of Dobey here in this leg. Needs to go down for 19s. A single will leave a finish.
Yes, but it's a long shot, isn't it? And Van Gerwen will expect to be far closer to the checkered flag in this leg by the end of this turn.
Yeah, 114. You figure, okay, I can do that when I need it. Under pressure, when you need it, you get it, right? That's how Michael feels.
Interesting phase of this match now. Van Gerwen looking to level with a 3-dart combination finish. And it's on now. Very much so. But the double 18, brilliant finish by Van Gerwen. Magical stuff. Clinical stuff with Dobey waiting on a perfectly manageable finish to go further in front of 4-2. Van Gerwen pounced.
Dobey refusing to blink. Good start to this leg, and he knows he has the better position, having won the bull.
Well, Dobey now maybe back level, but he does have the darts in the odd-numbered legs, but that won't stop Michael Van Gerwen being the favourite here with the odds makers from here on in. Dobey's got a lot of work to do. Van Gerwen has now reeled him in and looking to go past.
Yeah, slightly bad visit, but it would take a lot to be taken advantage of, and no fight there from MVG. He's almost thinking about the next leg already. You sense that you're Chris Dobey. You have to emphasize getting this leg won quickly. You can't relax. And that's where you start making big mistakes.
But even with Van Gerwen on 3-4-4, John, you wouldn't pass out with shock if he went 180, 164, would you?
No.
He's capable of almost anything.
Yes.
And Dobey here is capable of leaving himself on a single darter with Van Gerwen. No matter how good he is, so far behind he can do nothing about it. Double 8, Chris Dobey to go back in front here at 4-3. Really in the meat of the match now, in the heat of the match, and Dobey is up to it on double 8.
A little unlucky there, but not the most convincingly released darts either.
Dobey looking for the break of throw here that will put him 2 up with 3 to play and give him a massive insurance policy against a Van Gerwen break back.
Yeah, there's some real tension in this match at this point. Each of them thinking the correct things, trying just a little too hard to get what they need done.
All round, it's been an excellent night of arrows, and it's getting a really fine conclusion to the evening's action. As the rank underdog Chris Dobey really puts it up to the Premier League champion.
We just dug that treble out.
2-ton-plus averages earlier tonight from Van Gerwen in his first 2 games, John, and only 93 here in this one. He's dropped off in the final, saving his worst for the final, as he did, remember, in the World Championship against Michael Smith. That was his worst average of the tournament, wasn't it?
Well, it could be just a matter of too much wariness against the player he knows has the hot hand. This is trying to win his 8th consecutive match. Chris Dobey.
Yeah, he may have forgotten what it's like to lose a match.
That's always a nice thing.
34.
Now this is a big moment really on 90. Going the pragmatic route and the correct mathematical route to leave the bull last dart in hand. He's hit it once tonight in this final on the 170 out. He can't find it again. Can Van Gerwen clean up 62 to level?
It always looks easy, but because it's a low number, but that helps there. And use that, and he does expertly. Really good stuff, and what a yell there, a celebration, the intensity, what focus he just put on display, and the execution of the outshot. It was tremendous from Van Gerwen.
As someone once said, one man missed, the other man gets. The missed bull by Chris Dobey for the 90 outshot would have put him 5-3 up. Van Gerwen cleaned up the 62 on double 16 to level up at 4-4.
But just the ferocity of the attack of the 62 by MVG, it just looked more potent than the way Dobey was addressing the 90.
Well, now 3 legs are left to be played maximum, and Chris Dobey would have the throw in this one and the 11th if it goes that far. Van Gerwen will have the throw in the 10th leg. He's only got 1 leg will throw first now the remainder of the match, Michael Van Gerwen. So it's a position I think that Chris Dobey would have settled for at the start of the match, John, to go 4-4 with the darts against Van Gerwen, or anyone for that matter.
Yeah, and the score in this leg, even despite that, he's still ahead. He's got 6 darts to navigate 181. He's got faith in how he's playing right now, so he's not likely to derail too easily.
Well, why wouldn't he have faith? Lovely darts. Well, in this leg, he could go out in 14. And that is very good at this stage of a match, or any stage of a match for that matter. 2 darts at double coming in here for Chris Dobey at double 16.
And if you miss it, you might not see another double, but he does it. Yeah, because if he missed that rod, then Michael has the throw, and the way he's throwing right now, you might not even get an opportunity to save the match.
No, I would never question Chris Dobey's ability to close out a darts match, but Chris Dobey has questioned Chris Dobey's ability to close out darts matches. He did at the World Match Play against Rob Cross, where he called himself a bottler, and then he questioned himself at the final of the Masters as well, where he took a few darts to finish him off. The same Rob Cross, by the way. So Chris Dobey will want to prove something to himself here, won't he, John, that he can close the door on MVG.
And I think when he makes that reference of the bottle, it was a bottle, I think on the occasion. I don't think he feels he is on the whole. Of course not. He wouldn't be doing what he's doing now.
No, I agree with you 100%.
And everyone's capable of some, bad moments in the game. Sometimes things just get to you and there's no way out for you.
They all miss sometimes, John, even the very, very best. And these are amongst the very, very best. Double 16 for MVG to send it all the way. And it goes all the way. And a fitting finale here is the last leg decider in Belfast. The 7th and final match of the evening goes to the final possible leg of the evening. Chris Dobey has the darts.
Yeah, and it's the 4th consecutive time they've played this format and gone the distance. It's a familiar feeling for them. And Dobey won the last occasion. And you'd like that familiar feeling to resurface here.
Well, Professor Park, before the match started, I don't think many people were picking Chris Dobey, but you were one, and you also hinted at a 6-5, didn't you? Because you said he'd beaten him 6-5 in the Euros back in October 22.
Well, I gave him a chance because all those close matches, as a player, even if you're losing them in the last leg, you know you could have beaten the fella, right? So, but look at the heart there from MVG. You can't question the champion here, the Premier League champion, showing why he gets across lines.
Nerve-jangling stuff now. And Dobey in front by 22. That shouldn't count for very much, and it doesn't now because the treble is there from Van Gerwen, and he now is 2 turns away, but so is Dobey.
Yeah, but in a normal leg, yeah, that's 2 turns, but it's hard under these circumstances to finish 240 in 6 starts. He wants just one treble. One treble will make MVG satisfied.
Not there, John. It's not there. Well, this is for the match. He's had a 170. Another alongside. To leave tops for the match. And night one in Belfast in the Premier League has its Hollywood ending. It's the stuff that darting dreams are made of. As on debut, Dobey sinks Michael van Gerwen with a 160 outshot in a last leg shootout. An absolutely epic finale. And it's Hollywood himself who beats van Gerwen to win in Belfast and end an absolutely stunning evening's Arras action. Absolutely brilliant from Dobey. And Michael van Gerwen in the end didn't have the answers to the onslaught. And the Premier League champion is defeated. Still a good night's work for MVG, but for that man, people questioned whether he should be in the Premier League. He's in the Premier League and he's top of the Premier League after night one. How about that? How about that?